Here at Jurassic Park, we have an impressive herd of 15 individuals of Parasaurolophus. Their calls echoing all throughout the park. So, Matt, that's a pretty damn cool Jeep.
Thank you. That is my pride and joy.
I gotta want. Did you buy it exactly as it was, or was it like a passion project over the years?
Ever since I saw the movie back in the theaters first time around, because I'm showing my age, but yeah, I saw it in the movie theater. And as soon as I saw those Jeeps, I said, I got to have one someday. And my midlife crisis hit a few years ago, and I started actually actively shopping for a Jeep Wrangler. And I found one, and it looked like hell. It was black and red, and just a terrible paint job. So I painted over all of that. You know, I measured out everything I needed to the exact specifications, and then I painted it myself and ordered the decals, and you know, step by step, I got where I needed to be.
Wow. My friend Tyler, who Ian's probably mentioned a couple times, he's also bought a black Jeep and recently, and he's hoping to turn that into the Jurassic Park Jeep as well. So we're not far behind. We're not far behind you, Matt. I was also a little kid when Jurassic Park came out. It is my favorite movie of all time. One of them, actually.
Oh, you both should be ashamed of yourselves. I'm the only one here who's wearing the correct shirt.
I was thinking about it. I really was, but then I didn't. You're lucky I put a shirt on. You know, I got home from work and took off the work shirt. I don't put it. That's why I asked you. Is it video? Do I need to put a shirt on?
No, not really. It's just mostly audio. But thanks for ruining the suspension of disbelief, Ian. Most people that see this video are just going to see a bunch of bar lines going up and down, up and down.
Okay. But for a little bit of context for everyone who's listening, Matt and I work together. You can imagine how much stuff doesn't get done.
You guys work together at the dinosaur park?
Yes. Oh, speaking of that, Ian, were you there today?
I was. That was hell.
Did you see the Jurassic Park Jeep that came through?
I didn't.
Did you hear about it? Yes. It wasn't as good as mine, but it did have the emblem on the side, and it had a decal of claw marks too. It looks like an in-progress one, but it's a much newer Jeep than mine. I took a picture of it, and I'll send it to you. Actually, I'll do that right now. I'll send it to you on Messenger.
But let's get this review underway, gentlemen. Battle at Big Rock. It's been a year. Let's finally talk about it.
Well, first off, since we got someone new, let's do some introductions for anyone who comes in. My name is John Murphy. I am now a recent digital content producer with my local news source, avid film enthusiast, and also on the side, I am an amateur filmmaker.
And I am Ian Benoit, reptile handler and caretaker. As you two can see by my set, massive Jurassic Park fan. And yeah, just overall big dinosaur fan.
And I am Matt Brewster. I am a high school art teacher with Commonwealth Charter Academy and safari tour guide at Lake Tobias.
All right, so Battle at Big Rock. Has it really been a year since it's come out?
Assuming this review goes up on the 15th, it will be.
Oh, okay. All right, so I remember you telling me about it, Ian, and I was a little excited about how it's actually in canon with the new trilogy. But because Fallen Kingdom still leaves a bad taste in my mouth, I wasn't really all that overwhelmed. I wasn't really that excited or hyped up for it. In fact, even to this day, I'm still not hyped up for it. But I rewatched it, so give me some credit on that. So what did we all think about it?
Well, I think, to be honest with you, when I look at it, I think it's a fantastic piece of filmmaking. There's a lot of suspense that's involved. It doesn't look cheap to me. You can tell that they had a big budget to work with this, and you can see right in the beginning it's sanctioned by Amblin Entertainment. So it's completely authorized. Steven Spielberg said, yes, go ahead and do this. And they get Colin Trevorrow to direct it, and he knows what he's doing. So it's definitely, I think, a nice teaser to get people's appetites wet for the new movie. And I think it's very promising looking. I think if they take it in the direction that it looks like they're doing, which is to say dinosaurs are loose all over the world, and it's almost like this is the new normal. Learn to deal with them, sort of like in zombie movies. Zombies running amok freely is the new normal, and that's how people deal with it. And now it's dinosaurs. Imagine if it was dinosaur zombies, then we'd really have something.
Oh, don't
Jurassic Park 25.
I'm pretty sure Asylum might be thinking of something like that.
Oh shit! Don't give them. I think they already did. Don't give them any more ideas.
They don't really need our help coming up with ideas. I'm pretty sure they come up with the ideas, the natural way, the hemp way, the little THC way.
Oh boy. But as far as what I think of Battle at Big Rock, for me, it's great for what it is. I mean, this is the first ever, really, short film in the Jurassic Park universe. The entire franchise, this is the first one. And there's a lot of drama behind this. I'm not too sure how much you two know about the drama that went into this thing.
No, this is actually the first I've heard of it.
Do you know what the first thing that hinted us that this thing even might exist?
No.
Matt, do you know?
No.
The toys.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Back in I think it was May of 2019 or something like that, 2 new toys were found in stores. It was the Nasutoceratops and a resculpt Allosaurus. John, I'll send you a picture if you want to toss that up on screen.
Okay.
But these 2 toys had the insignia as seen in Battle at Big Rock. What is that? May 2019. What is that? We have no idea, and this just kicked off a whole bunch of drama. We kept hearing glimpses and pieces, some rumors floating around, but we never got anything solid.
Mm-hmm.
And then Colin Trevorrow said that, yeah, it's coming out with Hobbs and Shaw. Except it didn't.
Oh yeah, isn't that what started the whole idea of Jurassic World with meets Fast and Furious. I'm like, no.
That would be a terrible idea.
That might be some sort of like half-ass rumor, but that's not what it is. That might have sparked it, but no. It was just supposed to be in previews before the actual film.
Okay.
And there was a section of blank footage in the premiere of Hobbs and Shaw, about 8 minutes, which is about how long Big Rock is. So at that point, it's like, well, there's where it was supposed to be, but Big Rock actually went over budget, which is why they had to push it back. And it got released on FX with a special screening of Jurassic World, and it shortly after went online to YouTube. So that is, in short, the basic rundown of the drama of Battle at Big Rock.
All right. Okay, now as for me, I thought it was okay. I thought it was good. There was actually some thought put into executing the idea, and I especially like the idea of humans trying to survive in a world that's run by dinosaurs, because one of the most common criticisms I've heard about the Jurassic Park sequels was that it was pretty much the same thing. It's a fight for survival, and it's supposed to be like how humans can't really control nature, and Tyler and many of us have kind of thought, well, why not show the other part of what Michael Crichton was trying to say, like have humans trying to coexist with nature. And so I like that little thing you said, Matt, about it being like the zombie apocalypse, like this is the new norm. And so I like the idea. I just hate that it had to come off the heels of Fallen Kingdom. I'm sorry, but that movie just really it bothered me so much.
John, it's been 2 years.
It's scars run deep, Ian.
Well, if they hadn't, tried to remake Lost World, that's basically what they did. Is they just remade Lost World and gave it a new title. It was fun for what it was, but it was just basically the same plot as the Lost World, with taking the dinosaurs off the island. Yeah, also, like, it just went full B-movie, like, with saying, oh, there was a partner of John Hammond that he never mentioned. Right.
And then,
that was a reference to Crichton's book.
Oh, it's been so long since I've read that.
I reread that again this summer, but I don't remember...
George Basilton.
Okay. All right. Okay.
They changed his name for Fallen.
Okay.
But yeah.
I just know. Let's see. What I do remember from the book was the giant pteranodon cage, which made it into the third movie.
That's probably the best part of that movie, honestly.
Yeah. Let's see. Lex and Tim's ages are reversed, so Tim's the older brother. And biggest thing, biggest difference between the movie and the film, movie and the book, Hammond dies.
Right, and I'll tell you what else is Gennaro. Gennaro was an absolute jerk in the movie, more like a nerd, a little whiny nerd, and in the books he's almost a bodybuilder. He's like this real tough bodybuilder type guy. They refer to him as being very muscly the entire time, and he had a lot more to do in the book. He didn't die like he did in the movie.
Oh, so he was more like Chris Hemsworth's role in the Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah. And Alan Grant in the movie wasn't too fond of children, and in the book they specifically say Alan Grant liked children, liked being around kids. Yeah, so
he liked their fascination with dinosaurs.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that's kind of goes in part with Spielberg's style. I mean, he usually writes movies that are kind of focused more on like absent fathers or broken families, and because because that's what he knew. He grew up with a father who was mostly absent in his life, and so having a story about a man who actually finds his parental nature in trying to escape, in trying to survive nature's resurgence, prehistoric resurgence. I mean, that kind of fits. But anyway, let's get back to Battle at Big Rock. So what's the premise of this movie, or short film, I guess? I'd still call it a movie.
It's technically a movie. It's a motion picture. But it's being a short film. It's very basic.
Yeah,
and you got to get things in quick. You got to explain things reasonably quickly, and then get into the action.
Yes. So basically, what the premise is that a little campground of survivors at Big Rock National Park.
Survivors? They're just campers.
Well, I don't know if they're.
Why are they? No. Some of the campsites look like it's a permanent setup. It almost looks like in the zombie movies where you get a bunch of, campers that all line up themselves, kind of like the chuck wagons in the Old West.
Yeah.
And a big with a community fire in the center. It's almost what it looks like.
Yeah, there is a sense of community in the in the opening shot.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they refer to each other by name. They know each other. The guy says,
I wouldn't go so far as to say like it's a zombie apocalypse. They're just like
they survived. They survived the. They survived. Yeah. Well, this says on the wiki. It says that it's 1 year after the events of Lockwood Manor. In fact, that Big Rock National Park is located 20 miles away. So I would say yeah. They kind of survived the first wave. Like the epicenter of the dinosaurs roaming around.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious that this takes place, sometime after, because they're aware of the dinosaurs. The one little girl says, "Oh, that's a such and such. We read about that in school or whatever." So they know about the dinosaurs. They know that they're loose. They know that they're around, and the mother's like, "How did it get way up here?" So they're camping in a spot where they figured they were safe, but they're not. But they're aware that there are dinosaurs on the loose roaming around. So it's clear that this is taking place sometime after, like you said, like the wiki says, it's a year after. So it's clear that it's picking up after all that stuff took place at the end of Fallen Kingdom, when everything got loose.
Mm-hmm. All right, and so a night that was a night of just. Families being together, just another night camping out under the stars is ruined when well, not ruined, just upset a little bit when a small family of herbivores, not triceratops. Yeah,
Nasuto ceratops.
Nasuto ceratops.
There you go.
Wanders around, and then they're attacked by an Allosaurus. And that
I gotta jump in here. That thing's apex. I love the design of the adult Allosaurus, because if you recall, the Allosaurus that we saw in Fallen Kingdom, and at least one that got out from Lockwood, was a juvenile. This thing freaking grew up. Perhaps.
Could be the same one, yeah. A year later, they grow fast.
Could be. Anyway, the main family, which I kind of forget their names at the moment. Hold on. Let's see. It says right here, consists of Dennis, his daughter Kadasha, wife Mariana, her son Mateo, and their new baby, Name not given. All right, so a family consisting, of Dennis and his wife Mariana. Them and their family, they're like the main focal point of the short film, and they are just trying to keep quiet and let nature take its course. And just when you think that when it all settles down, when the adult male Nasutoceratops, I remembered. I don't. Pretty. Comes to their aid and scares the Allosaurus off. Everything seems okay, and then the baby starts crying, and the Allosaurus hears that. So now the Allosaurus goes all Jurassic Park 1 on the camper, and then. But long story short, they were the little kid Kadasha was able to scare it off with a crossbow. and the film ends with a tracking outward shot of just the entire destruction that the Allosaurus left on just that one little camper. And so it's more of like a little condensed episodic experience of what we could expect from Dominion.
Yeah. Although I gotta say at the end, when Greg steps out of the camper and he's like, "Y'all hear something?"
Yeah. Like, where were you? Drunk, maybe.
Hiding in the camper. Hiding in his camper. A paddock like this is perfect for a juvenile Gallimimus. There's plenty of space to run around, some trees for shade, and when they're big enough, they will be moved into the main paddock with the adults. They're kind of cute. Now, you brought up the crossbow.
Yes.
I've heard that this is the most criticized thing in the entire short.
Really?
I've heard people compare it to the gymnastics scene from Lost World.
Oh, that it's the. Oh, like
I don't think it's that bad.
It's not bad. It's just. It's just that. I mean the little kid, a little girl that's barely even in the double digits, was actually able to fend off. Was actually okay. In Lost World, dinosaur and girl roughly the same size. Battle at Big Rock, dinosaur's bigger, and girl gets smaller. How does that work?
I don't know. I mean, it's just something I've heard people complain. I don't really have an issue with it. I mean, they set it up in the beginning, and
I mean, they mention it. She says, so and so let me shoot his crossbow. So you know that she's had a little bit of experience with it, and a crossbow is a reasonable weapon to use. Now, gymnastics is not a reasonable weapon to use against dinosaurs. It's certain point.
I'll give you that. It definitely was much more relevant and much more practical in this one, but I guess you could also say the Allosaurus was just way too focused on the people inside the camper to actually notice the girl running in. Because where did she get that crossbow? Was it from Dennis's camper, or was it just laying around outside the camper?
She ran over to the neighbors because she said it was one of the neighbor people had let her shoot it. So I'm guessing.
Greg, don't let my 8-year-old shoot the crossbow, man.
Got the crossbow, came back. Of course, I tried to time it. From the moment she got out, I tried to time it. Okay, how long has she been gone? Did she really have time to run over to that camper, find the thing, and find 2 crossbow bolts, run back, get it cocked, get it loaded, and aim and be able to shoot it? Now, I don't think she would have had enough time, but again, this goes into the suspension of disbelief.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of have to, you have to park it at the door, as it were, and accept it for a fantasy movie that it is.
Absolutely.
It's all right. I mean, if the crossbow thing is, I agree, it is the worst thing out of the whole short, and I still don't have a problem with it.
I don't have a problem with it either because, like I said, it's a lot more practical and relevant than gymnastics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely gotta say, with Battle at Big Rock, they definitely did have something that I guess was missing in the Jurassic Park movies, and that was the sense of tension that the first movie had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm glad they're bringing that back.
Yeah.
Because Colin Trevorrow and another writer for Dominion, Emily Carmichael, both worked on this, and they both worked on Dominion.
Mm-hmm.
So if this is a taste of Dominion and what it might be like, I'm really interested in that.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, Ian, but once when the Allosaurus started attacking the camper, I was definitely starting to get like an alien vibe off of it.
Oh, most definitely.
Just that whole sense. It's kind of funny of how in that short film, the camper at the beginning is a fortress, a protective fortress, and then when the Allosaurus starts attacking it, it's like a prison, it's their doom. And the wide shots kind of give that, that sense of claustrophobia and tension the same way that the ship Nostromo did on Alien.
Mm-hmm. Although, when
Matt,
Allosaurus is looking through that window,
great reveal. Great reveal. That was a great reveal. The baby is in focus, suspended in its high chair, and it's all crying. And in the background, you see the slightest bit of movement, and then the focus shifts so that it's the Allosaurus.
And that ring of teeth, and it's just looking into the window.
And it breaks the window. I have like three favorite shots in this. Three of my favorite shots in this movie, and that's one of them. We'll probably get to the other ones later. And there's a little blink and you'll miss it. There's even a shot of where you'll actually see the ring of teeth, with the Allosaurus's jaws wide open, about to chomp on the baby.
Yeah, when it pushes its head slowly through and the glass shatter.
Yes.
Oh, I think that was the animatronic.
It's actually kind of hard. It's kind of hard to tell. So that's the reason why I'm okay. That's why I like Battle at Big Rock. I'm not overly hyped about it, but because it brings back that sense of tension that you got from the first movie, especially with the T-Rex scene.
Oh yeah. Yeah, very, very dark, very spooky, and just didn't know. You didn't know where it was. Everything was lit by basically that campfire.
Yes.
What it was, kind of like in the first Jurassic Park. It was just the flashlights in the car that were illuminating the T-Rex and the lightning. Without that, you didn't know where it was.
Mm-hmm.
So it made it just that real spooky, scary atmosphere.
Although it wasn't all terror in this short film, was it?
It wasn't mostly terror. There was a sense of awe, seeing these kids are actually seeing nature up close.
Yeah, I mean, and Matt, you and I see this just about every day, where people go out in the safari field and they see the elk and the bison and
right. Yeah, it's one thing to see a picture of it, but then when you're next to it and you see how big one of those elk is, especially with the antlers coming off, it's an enormous animal, and people aren't ready for it until they actually see it.
Mm-hmm. I have not seen an elk up close.
Come on out to the park.
Okay, I'm about 5'6". How how tall, from the head or the antlers can an elk get commonly?
Well,
how big are the bulls?
Let's see. I'm 6'2", and their heads are above my head.
Holy crap! Okay.
I don't think that's including the antlers.
With the antlers, we're going up to at least 7, maybe 8 feet with the antlers.
Okay. All right. So now that I have a sense of scale, that kind of brings dinosaur scale into perspective.
Yeah, and this is like. Now, Nasutoceratops is not a small animal in this, is it?
No. Especially the big male when he comes in.
Oh my gosh, that male was massive.
Yeah. Don't mess with that kid.
It was pretty easy to tell that was the male, because the ridges on the, I don't know, the hood plate, if that's what you would call it.
The frill.
The frill. Okay, it had ridges on the frill, whereas the female and the juvenile did not. Now I'm pretty sure that even a juvenile, whether male or female, will not have those ridges yet. That probably comes later.
Yeah.
It's pretty much only way that's the only way I could tell the difference between a male and female. I'm not a paleontologist or a herpetologist at all, so I don't know how to tell male and females. And, I've seen how Steve Irwin finds out which one is how crocodiles are male and females. So, rather not do that to a dinosaur.
But I mean, that's something that I found that the Jurassic series has kind of been missing. Now, granted, we do get it in every movie, even Jurassic Park 3, I will admit, a sense of awe of the dinosaur. Mm-hmm. It's not all terror. It's varying degrees. But I mean, this short film, I think, did need that, because, like Grant said at the beginning of, or during the first movie, they're not monsters, they're animals. Mm-hmm. They're just doing what they do.
And, yeah, I mean, it's brutal, but this is nature.
Tires, like this one here, make excellent toys for our larger theropods. Here you go, girl. Enjoy!
Okay. Alright, so what do you guys think of just the setup of just having it focus on just a small group of just a small group of people, a small community, as opposed to focusing on, as opposed to like the main characters, like of Claire and what's his name, Star-Lord. I forgot.
Owen Grady.
Owen. Okay. What do you guys think about having them focus not on those characters, but on different ones?
I think it's a good idea. I like it because it's showing that, it's not just Claire and Owen that are dealing with this. This is affecting everybody. So here's just a random family, and here's what they're having to deal with as well. Everybody has to deal with this. And I think it makes it a little bit more personal to bring the focus in and show just, here's a small community of people camping, and here's what they have to deal with. Everybody deals with this in a different way. I think it's nice to show that personal touch rather than this big, giant, sweeping park where, there's all these people and dinosaurs are going all over the place. It's just a small, little, 50 square foot area of land where all of this is happening. And it's intimate. It's very intimate and personal to see it happening like this. So I thought that was a great change from the huge park drama. Instead, this is something different.
I have to agree. I mean, and to add on to that, it's not always going to be about Owen and Claire. the series will wrap up, but there's other stories you can do in the Jurassic universe that doesn't involve Owen, Claire, Blue, Maisie, etc. Because they might die. Well, obviously they're going to die, but as indicated by this short film, the dinosaurs are breeding.
Okay.
Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Baby Nasutoceratops.
Right. Yeah. Forgot about that part.
And that adds in a whole new facet. Because as of Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom, we didn't know if the dinosaurs could still breed or not.
Yeah.
It hasn't been stated. Last time we saw dinosaurs breeding, Jurassic Park 3, 2001.
I think
and
in
now this.
Well, I think in Jurassic World they still state how when they I guess fertilize or in vitro when they pretty much scientifically make a dinosaur embryo, is that they still use female chromosomes because they could always refer to Owen always referred to the Indominus as a she, and even Claire has stated there was a sibling, and what happened? She ate it. So they probably still use that practice from the first Jurassic World, and so, which means they must still be using that frog DNA.
God damn it!
Hey, I never learned the lesson, do that.
Yeah, no. Your biggest mistake is never learning from the first one.
That is true.
So that pretty much does mean that, yeah, the dinosaurs are breeding. There can now be males and female dinosaurs. But anyway, yeah, I'd have to agree with both you and Matt about how this is definitely a lot more personal. This is actually a lot more intimate, and even the small setting, I think, would even allow for even a small, like, little run and gun film crew. So even though this was like a very small film, it's a big idea, and that's really what movies are. I mean, they're big ideas. It doesn't mean the crew doesn't have to be big, or the studio doesn't have to be big. It's just the idea. And yeah, Battle at Big Rock did that with just a very very small condensed group and a small time. Now, okay, so now how about the actors? I think they all did a pretty good job, even the child actors.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad there was nobody in it that I recognized. I think it's a good idea to go with relatively unknown actors. Maybe you guys recognized somebody that was in it, but I didn't necessarily.
No, I didn't recognize anyone.
Yeah, not that I saw.
Yeah, I think they all did a pretty good job, and I'm sure they were also excited to be a part of just Jurassic Park in general, because like who wouldn't want to be a part of Jurassic Park?
Exactly.
Yeah. What I found out on the Wikipedia, and this seems to be common practice, is that the baby is actually twins. It's actually played by twins.
That makes sense.
Makes sense,
No,
yeah.
Noah and Ethan. I'm pretty sure one of them was the one that cried because it was either very camera shy or was just uncomfortable around the new people. And the other was the calm one. I don't know. Maybe Noah and Ethan will be the new Dylan and Cole Sprouse, or the new Mary-Kate and Ashley. Alright. So, I gotta ask everyone, when you, after the crossbow was fired, before it was revealed to be the little girl, did you think it was probably gonna be like Dr. Grant who fired with the weapon? Or someone from the original trilogy?
I thought there was a possibility
or if
that.
it was gonna be Owen. Like, I thought it was Owen.
I didn't think it was going to be the girl, because to be honest with you, I was so busy watching the Allosaurus attack that I had forgotten all about the girl. You know, she was gone out of the screen. I didn't know where she was. I was just watching these two people fight off this Allosaurus. Completely forgot about anybody else that was there. And then when those crossbow bolts fired, I really did half expect to see maybe Alan or Ian Malcolm step out or something. I thought that would be kind of cool. I think it would have been a little bit cheesy, but cool.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about the little girl too. There was even at one point I thought it probably would have been Ellie, or maybe even just on the off chance maybe it was Muldoon. No, the guy that got killed in the first movie by the raptor.
With a scarred face.
Yes.
Somehow survived.
Hey, there was apparently like a comic where he actually did survive.
There was, yeah.
Well, he he made it through the novel. He didn't die in that. He was just as badass in the novel as he was in the movie.
Oh man. Part of me half wished that it was Greg.
Yeah. I forgot about I forgot about Greg. I forgot and I think that's, I don't know. I think when I first saw this, it was late. It was actually late at night. I'm pretty sure, Ian, you sent me the link.
I did, because I stayed up all night waiting for it to go live on YouTube. Shut up.
So yeah, I forgot about the girl. I forgot that they mentioned crossbow. But when it's revealed, I'm pretty sure we all went, "Oh right, yes." Right, the crossbow. Girl learned how to fire it today. That makes sense. Okay, so I don't know what else we can talk about. Maybe we should move on to like favorite cinematography or favorite shots.
Ooh.
If you want.
Yeah, I can tell you. I can tell you what I like. Is going to be here. Let me just show you. How do I show you my screen? Oh, here we go. Right there. You see?
Oh, there we go. There's a share screen option.
Yeah. Can you see what I'm seeing?
No.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let me try. Let me see something. Okay. I think this is what I want.
There we go.
There we go.
Yes.
That's the I really like.
That's my second favorite shot.
Yeah. They knew what they were doing when they made this one.
Oh.
They lined that up. They took their time and they said this is going to be a screensaver. This is going to be a wallpaper on somebody's computer. That's what they said.
Yep. Ian, what was yours?
Oh, I have a couple. In order of appearance, the logo.
Oh, right.
I loved that logo.
That was a nice touch, actually.
That was. I hope they use that in Dominion.
Probably will.
I really enjoyed the shot of the Allosaurus just walking out of the dark into the campsite. Just that slow out of the darkness into the slight fog and the mist. and the lights lighting up the mist, and he just walks in. I enjoyed that. Matt's shot is also really good. That's awesome. And I gotta say, I love it when the adult male Pseudoceratops busts and shoves that truck aside, and he just shows up alongside.
Oh yeah,
I love that.
That's a good one. Now for me, of course the Allosaurus and the two adults facing off against each other, that wide shot there, that is my all-time favorite shot, because that is just so good. That's because it says so much. Second, as I've already mentioned, is the little focus reveal, the rack focus reveal of the Allosaurus just eyeing the baby suspended in the air. It's like, tasty morsel. But the best shot, in my opinion, is like the very beginning, like after the logos have appeared, and that is when it goes from the chicken on the grill to inside the camper, and it's all done in one shot. That's done in one shot, and what's great about that is that it's a lot like The Shining, those shots that track behind Danny on the tricycle. It gives you a mental map of the space of this. So now you know where, who's who, where, and where is where, and so it's a good way to kind of set up this little closed off group that we're focusing on, and it's done in one shot, and you don't even notice it because, well, we blink. Our eyes do the editing for us. And when it actually does cut to the shot of the kid trying to do the magic card trick, we don't notice it. So that's what I think was the best shot. But overall, yeah, my favorite one, just as an image, just as like an overall beautiful image, is the standoff shot.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
Individuals of our herd of Triceratops here at Jurassic Park have been known to engage in contests of strength for dominance of the herd. Take it easy, girls.
Was there score in this movie?
There was an original score by, let me find who did. Amy Doherty.
Oh, Doherty, yeah. She composed it.
The score was recorded May 2019. And there was some mild editing of the actual score itself during, post-production, but otherwise, it's all her. And yes, she did take inspiration from Lost World.
I could hear a little bit of the motifs from not only Jurassic Park, but even Lost World, especially in the credits, mostly.
Oh man, obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of the credits, what did you guys think of all those clips of the dinosaurs from home media?
Okay, I got to applaud the colorists on that for actually making it look like it was shot on DV cams, or just consumer brand camcorders. My favorite one is the shark. Because I'm pretty sure that, because there's a point when it's in mid breach when it looks down right into the gullet of that mosasaur, and it's like you can hear it go, oh shit.
And that's a double kill for the mosasaur, because it ate the shark and the seal.
Yeah. What is it with mosasaurs getting double kills? The mosasaur got the double kill in Jurassic World. The pteranodon and the woman it picked up.
extra food, I guess.
Mosasaur's just lucky, I guess. Or a glutton.
Yeah. My favorite has to be the one with the fishermen and the Parasaurolophus on the bank in the background. That
was cool.
Yeah,
that's gotta be my favorite.
Yeah, that is a good one. I actually was half expecting, before the Parasaurolophus was revealed, I was actually expecting the Mosasaur to get them. Because when you look at when you look at most of the mid-credit shots, it's of dinosaurs causing destruction.
Right, and so I think that it was a nice change to show that here's these paras just kind of hanging out on the shore. They're not bothering the fishermen. The fishermen aren't bothering them. It's almost like they kind of have this mutual respect for each other. And the fishermen don't react like, oh my God, it's a dinosaur. So it's clear that they've seen them before, and they almost expected to see them again. So they just kind of, we're going to go about our way. We're not going to bother you. You don't bother us.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that shows that at least parasaurs and humans, and let's extend that to, ceratopsians and paras, I think we could probably coexist fine.
Yeah. I kind of feel bad for the guy that swerved to avoid the Stegosaurus. Because I don't think insurance covers that.
There was going to be no happy ending to that one. Hit the Stegosaurus was going to have the same result as going over the cliff.
Yeah, and I also feel bad for the newlywed couples that had their doves eaten by pteranodons.
Matt, Kelsey's wedding was today, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
we should clip this out and send it to her.
Hope this didn't happen to you.
There's one more. What'd you guys think of the compies chasing the little girl?
Chasing them.
Like little chickens?
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. Chickens chasing a little kid.
That's what I thought too, and I thought, oh, maybe they're farming compies.
Perhaps, but then you gotta go back to the book and remember that compies have a poisonous bite.
Oh, yeah. That's never okay. It's stated in the book, but it's never really stated in the movies.
It's not stated in the films, but when Dieter does get attacked the first time and it gets away, as the film progresses, you see him start to stagger more. You can see the effects taking over his system. So maybe that's something that they might explain in Dominion.
Yeah.
Or at least show better. Like have a point.
Were featured out a lot more in the book than they were in the movies. I mean, they constantly were attacking people and inflicting that poisonous bite on them. And that's how Hammond met his end was through the compies.
Spoiler
alert. Where was the spoiler alert when I stated that? You're late.
Oh, if anybody's into Jurassic Park and hasn't read the book by now, they're never going to.
Yeah.
It's only out for, 30 years.
It is 30 years this November.
Is it? There you go. Everybody's had 30 years to read the book. What's your excuse?
I thought I'd watch the movie and do a book report on that. No!
Doesn't work.
I had someone try to pull that shit on Jurassic when I chose to read the book for a book presentation. They said just watch the movie and do that. And I about backhanded him with the freaking book. No.
As good as the movie was, and the movie is flawless, had they followed the book closer, it would have been unbelievable. If they had just followed everything. It would
also been rated R.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, I still remember from the book reading about Nedry's end and how he actually held his spleen in his hand. Okay.
And he gets picked up by the Dilophosaur in its jaws, clamping around his head.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Deadpool R level.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
No, you can't. This is it's a family movie.
Read the book, my ass. But I think we're pretty much done talking about Big Rock at this point, guys. What do you want to go on to next?
Yeah.
What about the future of the franchise? Now, I mean, Dominion's coming out soon. Where would you guys like to see the series go? Because we got one more movie, a live-action TV series it's obviously on hold, but that was something that was pitched, and they started working on it, then, of course, COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
And Camp Cretaceous comes out this coming week. So...
So where would I like to see it go?
Yeah, where would you guys want to see the series go?
Down the drain for me.
Wow, John. Harsh.
I'm sorry, but what made I don't know, but Jurassic Park, the original one, felt like it was just a one movie deal. I mean...
Oh, you're one of those people. Oh, I see.
I'm sorry, but after Fallen Kingdom, they really I feel like they really dropped the ball on making that a good sequel. I mean, we've stated that before. Like, they just combined two different ideas into one movie, and that never works. So So when I say down the drain, I mean stop. Just stop. Let us remember Jurassic Park fondly. Don't cause a second extinction.
The first Jurassic Park did end with what seemed like, a definitive finish. Okay, we saw that some of the flying dinosaurs had gotten off the island and were flying away. But it was fine. We didn't need to necessarily know where they were going. Now, as much as I love the Jurassic Park movies, I'm going to agree with you a little bit on this, because they keep doing subsequent movies where nobody seems to have learned from the mistakes that have already been made. Oh, well, let's make another part. What has happened every single time you've tried to do it? People have been eaten. What makes you think this is going to be any... Oh, well, because of this reason. No. Go back and look. It's going to happen again. It happens time and time again. You're no different. People are going to get eaten, and nobody seems to learn. And that's
we have the best structural engineers in the world. Yeah.
Hey. Yes. So,
spared no expense.
I mean, they live in a world where nobody learns anything, and that drives me just out of my mind. Oh no, it'll be different this time. No, it won't.
Matt, you and I both work in the public sector with animals around people.
Yeah.
You and I both know that people don't learn in the real world.
They don't, and they don't read signs either.
Yeah, I also live in a world where people just believe whatever they want and think there's no consequences.
Crazy, absolutely crazy.
You would be surprised how often I've heard us get called fake news. And So maybe the world you're talking about, Matt, is not too far-fetched, but yeah, I'd have to agree with you. Is that the world of Jurassic Park is just getting repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Although I do have to say that I can agree a little bit, guys, but I do think, and I'm sure you agree, that taking the dinosaurs off of the island was a good move.
It was a good move. I just wish they didn't. They made that its own sole. They made that the sole focus of the movie, instead of making it look like, oh, they gotta survive an erupting island.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Spielberg actually initially planned for that to be getting the dinosaurs off the island and onto the mainland. He planned for that to be the third Jurassic film, but people hated Lost World. But we'll get to that when we review the original trilogy. But I mean, get dinosaurs on the mainland For those of you who don't know, again, I'm not doing a spoiler alert because you've had 30 years. In the very first Jurassic Park book, dinosaurs were already on the mainland in the beginning.
Oh.
It's been 28 years since that happened. And then Fallen Kingdom comes out, and dinosaurs are now on the mainland and all over the globe thanks to Eli Mills' auction.
Mm-hmm.
It's about damn time, because one of Jurassic Park's, not just Jurassic World, but Jurassic Park weak points, ignoring the first movie, is that they always send people back to an island where they know there's dinosaurs that can eat them.
Mm-hmm.
That's I think that's a valid criticism of most of the movies, aside from the first one. And now, with this live-action series that might be made, Dominion. I hope they don't do any more movies, but I'm open to other forms of media. This is a good way to open up to new, whether in books, comics, TV shows, etc. This is really the only way you can do it. Getting the dinosaurs off the island is the worst idea in a long, sad history of bad ideas, and it's about time someone actually did it and they stayed there. Because that's how you do more stories that are original, engaging, and hopefully intelligent.
Stories like Battle at Big Rock.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Real people dealing with these new problems that they haven't ever had to deal with before.
Although, honestly, based on, Matt and work, I guarantee some Jet Weedle's gonna, try to take a selfie with it.
I think I can ride that Triceratops. No, you can't.
Yes, there would be a lot of people who would try to take a selfie with a dinosaur.
The dinosaurs would be population control. That is for sure.
Oh, most definitely. Yes.
People that are flattened. So maybe it wouldn't be a bad thing.
Perhaps.
Okay.
Matt, can we get some dinosaurs at the park?
All right. I know that's a joke from the Ghostbusters movie, but that was a good joke. Put it in Dominion. Have some idiot. I don't care what gender they are. Try to take a selfie with a Velociraptor or a T-Rex, and after the button clicks, chop.
That's gotta be the worst way to die. Not only are you getting chomped, but you did it while being stupid.
Yes. Let Darwin take its course.
Yes. Here at Jurassic Park, we have a new special animal, the Piscivore baryonyx. I'm currently standing in its enclosure, right next to one of the streams that it will use to hunt fish at. Now, this is a very dangerous animal, so this is very... Shit! But going along with that same track, what sort of problems do you guys think the people in the Jurassic universe will have to face now that, dinosaurs are in the wild and genetic technology is open source? Because if you remember in Fallen Kingdom, I know I keep going back to an old wound for you, John, but before the Indoraptor was revealed to the buyers, the auction was half over.
Mm-hmm.
That means half of those dinosaurs are now all over the planet.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they're...
So, maybe somebody wants some more Allosaurus, because we know someone bought one. All they'd have to do is get the DNA, because they got the dinosaur.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Just keep owning it.
Oh, well, I don't know. Let's see. After you asked that question, I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe they want to make bioweapons, like bioweapons, mechanically, dinosaurs mechanically implanted with either laser scopes or something, something
Oh,
weird.
no. That goes into Jurassic Park 4. We are not talking about that.
Okay. But what I was thinking about, along the lines of Battle of Big Rock is like maybe hunting laws. Like maybe since dinosaurs are technically an endangered species that are kind of slowly going out of the endangered route, maybe there are people that are poaching them for their meat or their claws or their teeth, same way that hunters in the savannah hunted elephants for their tusks or their hide.
The horns of a triceratops.
The horns of a triceratops. Hell, maybe even just for food itself. I mean, dinosaur meat. What a rare thing.
Bronto
Sell
burger.
that for...
The Bronto. Yes, let's go Flintstones territory.
But
I mean, that'd be something I'd like to see. About poachers that are hunting. Poachers that are hunting dinosaurs. Not like that weird. Not like that trapper with the tooth fetish from Fallen Kingdom, because you knew he was gonna die.
I think what you mean is what's his name? Who was Pete Pothaway's character?
Oh, him.
Lost
Roland.
World. Roland Tembo.
Yes.
I think what you mean is more people like him.
Yes.
People who are intelligent.
And he was actually good. I mean,
He was honorable.
He was honorable. Yeah, he was kind of
He's
more.
He's an ass because he's a big game hunter, that one that's killing T-Rex.
Yeah.
He was a good character.
He was a good character, and he wanted to just hunt for the sport. He wanted the thrill of it. It was a game to him.
Yeah.
And even though I think the best scene in Lost World was he's sitting there right next to his trophy. His trophy, and he's still sad. He's sad because his partner died.
Yeah, got eaten by raptors.
A character so
like Roland Tembo.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
A character so important they didn't even show him get eaten.
But I mean, I think what a lot of people would like. Obviously, you can't bring Roland back because Pete Pothaway did die. But you can bring back characters in that same vein.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
for
something like
stories.
Yeah. I mean, that would definitely be something I would like to see in Dominion. As not just regular people trying to survive in a world, where dinosaurs are now running loose, but maybe someone who's taking advantage of that.
There you go, yeah. I guarantee. I mean, we saw in Jurassic Park 3 where that little startup business where they trespassed to Isla Sorna for some money.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee that sort of thing's gonna happen now that dinosaurs are all over the place. Really? You want to go hunt something? Okay, give me the money. We'll give you a canned hunt.
That's the one mystery that has not been solved.
What?
How did those boat drivers die?
In the script it said pteranodons, but they cut that out.
But
in the film it's implied that it's Spinosaurus. We really don't know.
But if it could swim, what? Well, then again, it probably wouldn't be able to survive very long in the deep ocean. I mean, it couldn't swim that long. Like, how many miles off the west coast is Isla Sorna? 500?
I'm not too sure.
Oh.
It's farther out than Nublar, and Nublar is 120 miles west of Costa Rica. And it's a little farther out than that.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess it... Yeah. Alright, I can see it being the Spinosaurus, but that was the one mystery that always irked me. Because it couldn't...
The Canon Dinosaur Projection Group website tried to explain it, but they left it... They, hinted at different things. We know a rough hatching date for the Spinosaurus, 1999, which was, by the way, illegal. But I would like to see a story about, the illegal experiment that happened on Sorna.
Maybe that's another thing that could be done. That can be done in Dominion. Experimentations. Like, oh my God, they're testing cosmetics on dinosaurs.
I'm not sure how well that would work, John.
It'd be hilarious, though.
Now, if you want to try to put lips on a T-Rex, you'd be my guest.
That'd be kind of funny. Oh, you're going to eat me, but you smell so pretty.
Now, something that I would like to see in... Now, obviously, we're going to see this in Dominion. Dinosaurs in different environments.
Oh, yeah. Like, So maybe with the whole gene splicing, maybe there are some dinosaurs that are better adapted to the cold.
We do know that they were filming in Canada in the snow. So that gets me thinking.
Were there dinosaurs that did exist that could survive in the cold?
Well, yes.
Okay.
But that got me thinking along a slightly different track. Feathered dinosaurs? It makes sense. They're in the cold. They're in the snow. Feathers would help keep them warm.
Right. That'd be nice. Pick out the dinosaur among the penguins.
But I mean, what are some environments that you guys would like to see, either in Dominion or the live-action series or something? A different environment that you would drop dinosaurs. Where would you take them?
Let's see. Probably like the desert.
That could be interesting.
Like somewhere along the lines of the Sahara, or just even a deserted land like, say, Perfection, Nevada.
You and I gotta talk later. But okay, Matt, where would you drop a dinosaur?
Well, I like the idea of desert. Trying to see one in a cold environment, snow and ice, that might be interesting too. But then we're talking about the whole, physiological, biological makeup of the dinosaurs, and were they warm-blooded, were they cold-blooded? That's going to come into effect, into consideration with that. I mean, it's pretty much, generally accepted that they weren't cold-blooded creatures at this point. Now, could they survive in a cold environment?
Well, you and I both know from experience, our giraffes at the park can't.
Yeah, so I just don't know. I'd like to see how would they do that.
I think I can definitely know one setting that the movie's gonna, where the movie's gonna be in, or maybe one filming location. China. They're gonna do that because Hollywood studios must appeal to China because they are our biggest box office supporters.
Somewhere where I'd like to drop dinosaurs, Yellowstone National Park.
Ooh.
With the geysers.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine taking like a Carnotaurus, for instance, and having it just live in Yellowstone. Plenty of things to eat, not too many people, and I think the geysers would have a nice visual.
Yeah.
You know what? That kind of got me thinking. At first I was thinking like maybe the Amazon rainforest to kind of get like an environmentalist message, but then I thought something better. Australia, the outback.
Oh, raptors hunting kangaroos.
A Tyrannosaurus roaring on top of Ayers Rock. Wait.
Scary.
Or wait. A Tyrannosaurus in Japan on top of Mount Fuji.
What about a Spinosaurus in the Everglades?
No Spinosaurus! But yeah,
Okay,
that's actually not bad. Suchomimus.
Oh, with the baryonyx
Or the baryonyx.
Suchomimus, something out in Florida in the Everglades, because they already got that issue with Burmese pythons out there.
Really?
Why not add a
Sure.
Spinosaurid?
Yeah, just add more to a long list of Florida's problems with all the Florida mans there doing some weird shit.
Hey, the dinosaurs could take care of that.
Yeah, probably.
But I mean, there's so much you could do now, because you got the entire planet's worth of new ecosystems to drop a dinosaur in. Because, like I said, half the dinosaurs were sold.
Mm-hmm.
You could take them basically anywhere.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I just remembered you mentioning like raptors chasing kangaroos. What about raptors chasing cheetahs?
Oh.
Who's faster?
Raptors do have the avian respiratory system, so they would be more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
They could keep going longer.
Yeah, who would be faster?
In a full-on sprint, I would have to say cheetahs would be faster, but they would tire out quickly. Raptors could keep going.
Mm-hmm. So even though I'm not completely excited for Dominion, I think it might be kind of a jumbled mess, kind of what Fallen Kingdom would be. But if they kind of show like some of these really interesting ideas, then yeah, it would probably be worth it. I probably still will see it because it's Jurassic Park. It holds meaning for me. What about all of you?
I'm obviously going to see it.
Oh, if it says Jurassic Park, I'm going to see it. No question.
Matt, you're going to take your freaking Jeep to the drive-thru.
Yes. I will. For the end of the season, I will.
Shut up and take my money. All right. So now we're now at the end of the review. We've been talking for over an hour, so now it's time for our ratings.
Okay,
all right.
Matt, just so you're on board, we generally rate whatever we review. What is it, out of 5
Out of
stars?
10. Out of 10.
Out of 10. So
I don't know. I think it changes every month.
It's the same scale.
Yeah.
Whether it's 5 or 10 is the same thing.
Yeah.
But what would you rate Battle at Big Rock?
I would give it a solid 8.5. And the reason being, I hate giving anything a 10 because I know that there's always room for improvement. I know that the creators who make stuff will always look at it and say, okay, this is something I wish I would have done to make it better. So I know that you can always do a little bit better. So I would say an 8.5. It's great, but I know that there's room for improvement.
Okay, I'd have to agree with Matt. It is. I do think it is a little bit better than Fallen Kingdom. So yeah, I would have to give it an 8.5 out of 10. It had there were some good shots in there, good acting. I guess the ending a little bit, or at least the climax, is something that I can forgive just a little bit. But overall, yeah, it was actually a pretty solid Jurassic World universe short film.
Mm-hmm. And I gotta agree with you guys. 8.5. For what it is a free short film on YouTube, and it's the first of its kind in the entire series, and it's great. It's honestly really, for me, it's like a best of from the first 2 films. Like a best of the best pieces, little bits and pieces from the first 2 films, and I honestly do think that it's much better than. Well, I do think that the series is better for having it than without it. Did we need Battle at Big Rock? No. Am I glad we got it? Of course. It opens the door for a lot of things. It adds a few new things, which I'm always open for. And it honestly gets me excited for Dominion. It gives us a bit more thriller pieces. We get some more awe with the dinosaurs. It adds in dinosaurs breeding, and it honestly, again, it opens the door for so much, and I'm ready to see what they do with the future of the franchise.
All right. And with that, we now conclude the Nerdvana podcast. And let's see. Next month is October, and we are going to be. This is not technically we are going to revisit a franchise. Wasn't that the plan, Ian?
I think that was the plan, but we also planned to do Men in Tights, but this is more important.
Yeah. We'll probably do Men in Tights for November.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, for the month of October, we'll be revisiting a franchise that we did over a year and a half ago, back in April, if you remember, everybody.
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm. All right, Matt. Really great to have you on. It's really great to have you with us. It was nice to. Yeah, it was really nice to get another person's perspective on Jurassic Park, and to also meet another Jurassic Park fan.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. All right.
We'll have you on again, Matt, if we, something else Jurassic comes up.
Yeah, okay. or anything else movie related. It doesn't have to just be Jurassic Park, if you want. All right. So for September 2020, my name's John Murphy.
My name's Ian Benoit.
My name's Matt Brewster.
And we are signing off. See you next time, guys. Herrerasaurus is one of our largest theropods that we have here in the park. They're small now, only about hip height, but they will get up to about my height and about 20 feet long. I should get out of here.